on our behalf. We said we will give them high levels of respect or honor.
Family
Elders, family, senior citizens, right? These are people we will hold in high honor. Now, the interesting thing about honor is that we only give people honor who come from one place. And if they don't come from this place, we don't give them honor. And they have to come from a place called humility. We give respect and honor to people who have come from humble beginnings, and done something excruciatingly difficult, and then we give them honor. Grandparents have lived long enough to earn this place of honor because they came from humble beginnings. Which is oftentimes difficult for me to give athletes or to give movie stars honor, because I don't believe many of them have come from a humble beginning. So to receive full honor, you must have come from humility and worked your way to a place of honor, to gaining that respect. Right? B, please raise your hand if you can answer yes to these two questions. Raise your hand if you purchased a ticket or passed a test that made you eligible to be born on this planet. None of us have done anything to bring ourselves here. We all accepted an invitation. I don't want to think about how that invitation came. It's disgusting. But we all accepted an invitation, and now we're trying to figure out what our purpose is for being. All right? And lastly, human. When I searched for a definition of human, I found something very interesting. That human has two definitions. One is a noun, being a biped, having opposable thumbs, a big brain, and a belly button. If you ever encounter a person without a belly button, be concerned. All right? Human, the noun. Homo sapiens sapien, the one who knows that they know that they exist. And then human is also a what? An adjective. And what do adjectives do? They describe. Right? And so what the adjective does, it describes the noun. So when we talk about being human, what does it actually mean to be human? What do we teach the smallest of our species, our nieces and nephews, our babies and grandchildren? What do we teach them about what it means to be human? To be kind to others. What else do we teach them?
We're all the same.
That we're all the same. What else do we teach them? The golden rule. Do unto others because I make the goal and I make the rules. Is that the golden rule? That was my dad's goal. My dad's golden rule was, I make the goal, I make the rules. Right? So when you say the golden rule, what are you talking about?
Do unto others as you wish done unto you.
Okay. Do unto others as you wish done unto you. What else do we teach our children about what it means to be human?
In order to get this stuff, in order to get it, you have to give it.
In order to get it, you have to give it. Now, it's very interesting that I try to think about what my life might be like if every adult in my life, I'm not talking about kids, because kids are crazy, but if every adult in my life gave me dignity and honor for being me. What would my life be like? I also think about what would the people that I work with, what would their lives be like if everybody gave them dignity and honor being human? And then I start thinking, what would my enemies to diversity work be like if I gave them dignity and honor in being human? And then I start thinking, what does this say about me when I'm able to give someone something that they did not earn? Because all too often we've gotten into this thing, in our culture specifically, where we'll say, you got to earn my respect. Anybody ever heard of something like that? That's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard in my life. The reason why is because if I have to earn dignity, honor, and being human, I may never measure up to whatever expectations you have of me. When I hear people say, you got to earn my respect, show me a checklist. Let me see, when's the standardized test? How can I know that I've done everything possible to earn this? Part of where we've started to fail in the movement is that we've posed ourselves as being morally right, but we're doing the wrong thing. Dignity, honor, and being human. So when I talk about micro inequities, my question is very simple. In a micro inequity situation where someone has been denied access to something, did I give them dignity in that specific situation? Was there honor given to them in that situation? Did I give value to their being in that situation? And lastly, do I understand that they have some frailties and some faults that they have to work out? Because this right here, this is really interesting. I've been watching this Discovery Channel, and they have this show, I forgot the exact title, but the basic premise of the show is, what if humans were gone? What if we weren't here, or something like that is the name of it. What do you think happens when we're not here? What happens to buildings? They fall apart. What happens to bridges? They fall apart. Everything that we touch with our hands will disintegrate. Why? Because we are frail, right? And so if we don't understand that people are doing the best they can with what they have, even when they are horrible at it, then we can't make any change. We can't be forgiving. We can't ultimately love other people. What I'll do today in just a second. Any questions so far? I know I've hit you with a lot of stuff. Is it helpful so far? No? Yeah? Cool. All right, well, I'm going to keep going. The most powerful aspect of communication is nonverbal. Communication, not verbal, but nonverbal. It is estimated that most adults receive and send about 2,000 to 4,000 micro messages, subtle nonverbal signals each day. Now, it's extremely important that we also recognize this particular point. What are words? Things that we express intentionally. Okay. What else? What else is a word?
It's a symbol.
It's a symbol. Okay. I'd like to submit to you that words are containers. And so the next question is, what do they contain? Right? So as a little kid, there was a team of, I love comic books. I'm a comic book freak. Right? I actually sold most of them, but I have some of my really good ones. Right? And this one set of collections that I have these are just my cats. I love them. I don't like how they've done them more recently, but I like the classics. And so and this classic comic book is called X-Men. Right? And this is before they had to do with the things that come out his hand and all that kind of stuff. This was just classic X-Men. Right? And so they have a dude that's real strong. They have, somebody who can go through walls and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't want any of those powers. I wanted the powers of the guy in the wheelchair. Have you guys seen any of those movies at all? Right? So the guy in the wheelchair, he's got these mental powers. So he can move stuff with his mind. He can talk to people with his mind. So I like that dude. And I wanted that power until I realized that I have it. And so do you. I want to do an experiment just to prove it, because I know some of you are like, what are you talking about, dude? This is out there. So what I'd like for you to do is to close your eyes. And I'm going to say a word. And the word is apple. So open your eyes, please. Tell me what you saw. You saw an apple, describe it, please. Red. Anybody who saw a red apple, please raise your hand. Anybody see a different color apple?
Green.
Green apple. Raise your hand if you saw a green apple. Okay. Anybody see a white apple? All right. What other things? Shiny. Did somebody say shiny? Okay. How many people saw a shiny apple? Okay. Anybody see anything different? You saw a stem and a